Look, everybody loves creativity, good food, and hard work. That's why it's so easy to love Sam's Creations. Sam's Creation is award-winning cannabis food creations. Find Sam's Creations on Facebook and Instagram with Sam's with a Z, Creations with a Z. Or place your order today at 719-283-1701.
If you're looking for a cut, trim, color, or just an updo, check out Jamie at Rebel Hair Art. That's Rebel Hair Art on Instagram. You can book with her at 719-262-9011. That's at Studio One Salon, 262-9011.
Now, it's time for Two Birds and One Stoner with me, Mr. Trey. That feel-good show to get you going.
I woke up so motivated, I can't even lie. I've been stressing.
We're not in a position where we should agree. This isn't an easy subject, and that's okay around here.
You see, I got all my game from the streets of California. Young nigga.
I'm not questioning anybody's intelligence. I think we're past that. I'm now questioning the ethics of the situation.
So what, we smoke weed, we're just having fun.
I can't even believe it. I had to hang up on that guy. He just said he used weed that wasn't decarboxylated to cook. I can't do you today.
In my mind, they saying, make them remember your name. If they love you, it's cool. Give them a reason to hate
You could ask yourself an insane question. What if I'm not on any side and I just want the truth?
His gift is a curse. Forget the earth, he's got the urge to pull his dick from the dirt and fuck the whole universe. I'm not afraid.
Maybe we can have a debate over what successful is, but I can tell you one thing. I know I was meant to do this, and no one's going to argue that.
He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Successful.
America, you sexy America.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, baby.
To One Stoner.
I like singing. I like singing.
That is not the new theme song.
Definitely not the new themes. We would not make that the themes. We thought about it, and then we said no.
No.
We immediately said no. We thought the time we spent thinking about it couldn't have been more than 2 seconds. Could not have been more. I was thinking more around the 1.8 range, and that's only because I drug it out.
By the way, if you're not listening to us right now on podbean.com, that's where you want to be, is podbean.com. On Podbean, you want to search Wake and Bake America, and you will find Two Birds, One Stoner, and join us live. You can join the conversation live. That's on podbean.com.
Yeah, boo, or whatever. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can. So we've got a couple of subjects today that we're going to tackle. Complicated subjects nonetheless, but yet still very basic human nature. You know what I mean? Did you forget to charge it? Raising your children. All kinds of stuff, right? You be messing me up. It's like my microphone. I know. I fucking know something fell. I just know something fell. This is great. I just felt that, bro. I was like, something
Technical difficulty, right? You got all this cool ass. Trey's like, oh, I need that little microphone thing. That thing's cool. And then look at it over here, just causing issues.
I mean, malfunctioning the fuck out of shit. In all honesty, I mean, if we're keeping it real. It's falling everywhere. It's fucking shutting off on you. It's just. And
Can you hear me now, Ma?
But it normally works well.
You should be able to hear us from the phone now.
You should.
If not, you can go to podbean.com.
Where's that place again? Podbean.com, mother lovers.
Chris join us over there yet?
I don't know. I never pay attention to Christopher. No, I'm just saying, Christopher, get your ass in here. I have to text him. I have to be like, Christopher Sanders Watkins. I don't actually know what his middle name is. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never asked. You may not have one. My daughter doesn't have a middle name. Did I ever say that? One of them doesn't, I should say. So, it is, of course, your boys. It is, of course. Wait, what? Um, so let's get to the moments of life that you deal with, right? Not to be all gushy and mushy, buddy. Why not? As we break into a discussion about, a tough subject, I think, but coping with the loss of a pet, right? Like, pets die, just like people. It's very sad, nonetheless. But I think that sometimes you have to look at a pet. For some people, it's like their kid, right? So you literally be asking them, how are you coping with the loss of your kid, right? It's literally what you would be having to say to them, Scotty boy. I ask, in this beautiful world called whatever the fuck we're in, how do you cope with the loss of a pet, right? Like, I'll tell you a secret. I was not there when my pets died. Cat died after she kicked me out. Took my truck and checked. No, I'm just playing. The first part was true, but the last two weren't. I mean, sort of. Let's not get into that. Coping with pets. It's not getting any darker than it has to. No, but seriously, so Scott's busy looking at porn right now in the middle of the show. No, I'm just playing. So how are some people able to move on while others struggle with the loss of a pet? And I think it depends on like how you look at your pet. Like, what does your pet mean to you? What does your pet mean to you? You know, how much do they mean to you? Mine are like my children, literally. Like these are the first two boys dogs I've had, and only one of like three dogs that were like my children. My other dog was my boyhood dog that raised me, basically, right? It's the other way around. I was her cub. So I just wonder how people deal with the loss of a pet, because this time is upon us. And listen, this is such a touchy subject that Cammie would not even join us for this show, not even for one episode, to do this one segment for a whole maybe 20, 30 minutes. She would not come in here and sit down with us. Because her pets are her kids. And I think that's the real reason why. She didn't say why, but I'm guessing that it's because she was like, I'm not finna sit in there and talk to you about my kids dying. I mean, think about it.
Well, I think a lot of it actually has to do with the way that you were raised and the way that your family treated and looked at pets as well.
So if you like was raised like Michael Dick, I'm just playing. I'm
It's
not
true.
playing, but I'm not playing,
It's true.
but I'm just playing.
It's true. With that being said, I went ahead and looked up, how to cope with the loss of a dog, and the things that you can do. And there's a lot of different things that you can do. And one of the main things that they say that you can do is actually join a therapy dog program, or, basically a pet loss support, because there's several people out there that have going through the same thing that you're going through. And a lot of times it helps to just talk with somebody else going through the same exact thing that you're going through.
Right.
Number thing that they said is, or number
Hold on,
two.
I got one. Our listeners said not getting the same type of pet. Like moving on to a new pet.
Okay.
I'm a dog guy. I'll get another dog. I love my dogs. They're like, they look children.
Memorializing the animal.
So you get like a little urn or a chain or something like that.
Right. Just having photographs. One of the other things that they say that help is just start new traditions.
Okay.
So, you had a certain tradition that you did for the dog's birthday, and you have a new dog. Have a different tradition.
Skip that puppy cup and go to the park with this one.
Right.
That's probably why he died. All right, that was...
Another thing to think about as a dog owner, something like yourself, you have two dogs, right? I have two dogs. Do the other dogs mourn? Do they look at the
I think they do.
missing of their
Not only do they mourn, I
sibling.
think they notice the dog missing from the day-to-day activities, because even when our dog was sick and was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, the other dog literally whined at the door for 2 weeks. He knew he was gone.
Right.
And anytime we separate them, oh my God, he sits at the door and whines like he's never coming back again. And what's sad is that just like us, one day he won't.
Dr. Mary Birch, director of the AKC Family
Way
Dog
smarter
Program,
than us. Way smarter than us.
says that most dogs will become lethargic, a little less active. They'll have a decreased appetite. They'll even, try and stay close to you and their favorite spots, their favorite bed, just won't be that favorite spot anymore. Right? Sad, man.
If my dog does that, oh, that was really abrupt music stoppage. But anyway, yeah, I agree though. That
Now, to the reason why some people can just get over and they don't need all this extra
stuff,
soft music and bullshit, is because
I feel attacked.
they were raised a little bit different.
What does that mean? I turned the music back on. Like,
It means some people don't need the soft music. They don't need the soft voice. They were just raised different. Okay.
What does that mean?
I want to tell you a story.
Oh boy.
It's story time.
Involves your
Sit
father.
down. Sit down. Let me tell you a story of my first dog.
Oh fuck. It involves Papa Simpson. This is already gonna be bad. Hold on. No.
My first dog.
Oh shit.
Which I okay.
Oh, there's my baby right
I
there.
do barely remember this dog. This is how young I was.
Dude,
with
that
this
shot him
dog.
in front of you.
So this
They're not
dog,
supposed to do that. Not when they're little.
he I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember much about this dog. I was really little. But I was told this dog ran away. Right?
I already knew it involved Papa Simpson. There was gonna be a lie.
At the age of
There's gonna be a lie.
27. At the age of
Oh,
27.
he told me about this. He's
I
still
find
pissed off.
out-
Can you guys tell he's still pissed off about this? He's still fucking
I
pissed
find
off.
out he didn't.
I know what
He
you're
did
talking about.
not run away. He had swallowed a treble hook,
Oh,
and it was gonna die. So my dad took him out to the farm, and
why do I feel like your
old
dad?
school.
Why do I envision your
just-
dad like this?
I don't know if he was laughing like that, but
That's probably too far.
Look,
Sorry.
some of us
sorry,
were
Papa
raised a little
Simpson.
bit different. So when an animal dies, it's just it's just a thing. And we do love our animals. We obviously we want our dogs to live the longest, happiest life, but they do have shorter lives than us.
So
When we pick these
some
animals
people
up,
have
we
like
know it.
funerals like that people have for their pets, like that for a human level for their pets.
Oh, yeah,
like crazy level stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm not disparaging anybody that does that. If you have that kind of heart and that's what you want to do, and you have your heart into your pet like that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging you. I just wouldn't spend have a freaking funeral parade for my pet and paying the police to stop traffic for my dog. No, but I will tell you that I also I like you said, it goes back to some people are raised different. When it's time to let go and bond, I would say well adapt to that when it comes to losing pets. Not so much people, depends on who the person is, right? But with pets. And so like I also am like a bit of a morbid person. So I'm like, once people start getting old, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just start getting used to you being dead already before you're gone. In my mind. No, for real. It's like conditioning.
Yeah.
I'm like in my mind, because that way when you really go, I'll have already like suffered for years over your death that hasn't happened yet. And so when you go, it's like, all right, cool. I don't have to torture myself anymore. Cause that's what I do. It's weird.
It's a little weird.
Okay. Children of the Corn sounds really. All right. So
Just know we got our eye on you.
everybody's watching. That's my face for that sound. Like, hold on, we should probably do this to the camera. I'm like, every time we say TikTok.
If you don't know what he's referring to my TikTok. If you have not gone to my TikTok yet, you should go to Scotty719.
Scotty TikTok broadcasting, hot popping. I didn't even know you
We need-
broadcasted on TikTok.
I'm not, man. I need like 900,000 more followers. But you could help me out by following. Go to Scotty719.
And that's how I know she showed her titties for it, because there's no way you had that many followers.
Oh my God. It's probably so much easier for whatever.
No, you
hey,
know what? We're not-
more power to you.
We're not doing that because they also put up with more. Also, you got to remember the level of easy using objectification can also be, such as a weapon,
Right.
as something bad for you as well.
Right.
So we always just say that women should be treated equal and fair, and also not objectified. Let the ones that want to be objectified by you tell you, because they'll tell you, they'll be like, "Look at me, I'm sexy," and you be like, "Yes, you is."
But with great power comes great responsibility.
So don't fall into that trap when she's like, "Do I look cute?" If you don't say yes, you get punched in the face.
If she's setting a trap, I'm falling for it.
So, Scotty, I do think that these doctors, for the real sake of our conversation, I do think that some of these psychiatrists, psychologists, and doctors and stuff like that, they make a valid point that I think it depends on the person. Because, like me, yes, it's very sad, but I do get over it fairly quickly. But like, I know that some people, like, they'll think about a dog they lost when they was like 10 and still cry.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't even cry over like my grandpa that died when I was 10.
Man.
Not anymore.
Man.
I didn't grow up with them though, so that might be why. Some people are raised different.
Do we have to relive this stuff? Man.
Yeah. So your dad basically tortured you until you were a middle-aged man.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
So how did it come out though? Like, how'd that secret come out? Because I just gotta know. Like,
he
said something stupid and messed up, didn't he?
No. He was like, I feel like you should know.
Oh, he just came out with it?
Yeah.
I'd have told you, to the grave, cradle to the grave, Tyrese. I don't know.
Stop licking me? Oh my God.
It's not me, people. It's the dog. My dog's, he's a licker. He's a cute
Oh my
baby.
God.
You better go away for Scotty kicks you. It's cute though.
So cute.
He gets on my nerves too though. Sometimes I'm like, stop fucking with me. My neighbor's probably.
I'm over here clicking on stuff on my computer. I don't even know what I'm
probably
clicking on.
My neighbor's probably think I fucking yell at Gabby like that. It's like, no, it's a fucking football team and the dogs, man. Get it right.
Right.
Are you back already? He's back already. He'll go away for a second.
seen him do the circle. I was like, did he circle back right? He did.
I think he's pulling the shark bait on you.
I did not drop any more weed.
This is the best
Just
show
stop.
ever. We're not even on topic. It's just about the dog. Now.
Look, the dog, it's all on topic. It's an animal. It's animals. We're all animals.
I mean, that's true. I think that also, like, how you memorialize your dog. Like, some people, they want to do like in home, put the dog to sleep. Finally, it's just old. It's just like us. Dogs get old. I tell people all the time, man, my computer gets old. I got to put it to sleep finally too. It's an animate object, but it still has the same treatment as a human. At the end of the day, we all just get put down.
Did you? A computer?
Okay, I did. I'm very what do you call it? Where I don't.
A computer is not like I'm
very animate too. I don't understand some stuff very well. I'm like, look, we're all gonna die one day. If you accept that, it makes your life easier.
Yeah, but a computer is not actually alive.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But when I have to buy a new one, I feel like I died. My bank account dies. Okay, my savings account goes into regression or recession or whatever.
Recession? No recession to the account. No.
Does. Whatever the government does. I don't know. Whatever the government to me is, Lowe's because I have a credit card. The government to me is Best Buy because they loan me money.
He's like, yes, we're gonna.
You're the government
we're
now.
Gonna protest them. Let's go.
Protest Best Buy. You're the government now. No, I'm just playing. It's like, why are we here? Because Trey owes them money. Could you imagine? Now, like, wait, what the fuck? You can see like young hippie kids from Colorado College showing up. Like, fuck this store. Fuck this. Like, what are we chatting for? Like, Trey took out, a loan for some speakers.
y'all better chill out. We
got
the power of Boulder behind us. Okay, shout out to CU.
Lowe's do got me by the balls though. I did buy some
young hipster kids. Hey, Sanders loves it in Colorado. By the way. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
way off topic.
no, that's awesome. Shout out to you. But so struggling with the loss of a pet, I think is tough. It's just something that each person I think is going to deal with it their own way. But I must admit, I'm trying to tread lightly because I'm not trying to be a jerk. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to like go in on any side, but like I have a sensitive little bug in the other room, and I often don't understand certain concepts, and then other times I do, and I think it's just how you were raised. You know what I mean? And then who you are. Like I find that some people are very motherly to their pets, you know, and other people are more like a dad, like toughen up, you little bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in between. So I feel like my emotional response is in between as well. You know what I mean?
Get a pillow with their picture on it, and it says,
No.
"When you miss me, have no fear. Hug this pillow and know I'm here."
I found this little Buddhist charm that I'm going to get their ashes put into. But here's the problem. It looks like it holds cocaine.
What? Let me see it.
No, not this one. The
Oh,
one I
okay.
want to replace
Oh, not
this
the one
with.
that's holding cocaine, but
Oh
the.
my God, shut up, fool. Like, I went to rehab. People might believe you,
Oh, okay,
actually.
my
Like,
bad.
seriously. I mean, I thought we were going
He
to keep that
doesn't.
a secret. That
He
was just
doesn't.
one
He
time at a
doesn't.
party, Scott, and you had to go run your mouth.
He doesn't.
No, I'm just playing. Kevin, come here. What?
Right.
Like, no.
And then now I'm in trouble.
I'm
Like
like,
I wasn't even at the party.
I'll be over there like Rick and Morty, like, no. We are literally making it up as we go.
Every
We're
time.
doing a bit. Half of what we probably just told you is utterly not true, and the other half is oddly true. You should just accept it. It's true. I think that when I think that I've so I had to help Cammy when I say help, I mean just emotional support. You know how it is. But I was there when when her parents put their dog down. It was very sad because I love that dog. They said that dog used to bark at every person that came to their door, and when they opened up the door, I was the first person that dog didn't bark at, and they was like, okay, he's good for our daughter.
Get a wind chime.
Get a wind chime. That'll snitch on you like a dog. Nah, dogs do. Do you think
Hear the
dogs?
wind and
So,
think of me.
oh my
In your
God,
heart,
one of my
I'll
neighbors is
always be.
slaying the stove. We should have went to the real campus studio, not at the home studio, because now I'm hungry. What studio are we in? Mind your business studio. No, seriously, and there must be a restaurant, something. I'm so hungry.
Jesus, dude.
Time's left in this show.
And I'm the fat guy.
I mean,
Oh, I need to weigh myself again.
oh my God. Okay, we can do that when the show's over. That's fair. So I think before we move on, I think that, and I wish Chris was here because I would have known he'd have been able to contribute to this just a bit better than us.
What are you saying? I'm giving these people all types of ideas. Hey, get a plaque.
You're so
Get a
stupid.
plaque.
We're not just talking about memorabilia. Oh my God.
Get a plaque that says best
Scott is
friends are
like,
never forgotten.
at the end of the day, you know what?
With the paw print.
You've been doing a good job. You've been trying to find cool memorabilia for the sadness of the loss of a pet. And so I didn't want to dog you because it was such a serious subject for our people, including
You
myself.
can go to Amazon
like
for
I said,
$24.99,
I mean,
$6.99 delivery. You can get it by September 28th.
I'm pretty sure one of my dogs is older than two of your dogs put together.
Man,
He's 14.
that's an old doggy. Yeah, you got to think about this stuff at that age.
That's why he be laying under my feet, staying warm. Oh, buddy. I love you so much. It's my buddy.
He lays under my feet to eat
To lick
weed
your
and
ankles.
lick my ankles.
It really is to eat weed and lick your ankles. It's true. I mean, I can't even argue that. I mean, there was a scientific study done by me. And when I say scientific, I mean, I just watched. So take that, anecdotal bitches. All right,
One
anyway.
last one you can get on
Go.
Prime Delivery for $16.99. Free delivery
I
by
feel like they don't
Tuesday,
pay us, so
September 26th. Oh, okay. It's a candle.
You really laid a lot of details out on that.
It's a candle. You were my favorite hello and my hardest goodbye.
Aw, that's sad and cute. On that note,
In lavender scent.
are we taking a midway break or are we moving straight through?
Hell if I know. I'm just here to.
No, you're
Not
literally
take a
deciding
nap.
it by my question of asking.
Oh,
you douche.
yes.
So I asked you a question that requires a pretty much a noun / verb for an answer, as in, I guess yes works. I know what you mean by yes. Yes means pot. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Well, I will say that we have a less pressing subject coming up.
Thank God.
Better music. Either that's music you go to break.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke something because this is two bird, one stoner, and somebody gotta get stoned.
So I feel like it is.
Now, it's time for Two Birds and One Stoner with me, Mr. Trey. That feel-good show to get you going.
Woke up so motivated, I can't even lie. I've been stressing
We're not in a position where we should agree. This isn't an easy subject, and that's okay around here.
You see, I got all my game from the streets of California. Young nigga.
I'm not questioning anybody's intelligence. I think we're past that. I now question the ethics of the situation.
So what, we smoke weed, we're just having fun.
I can't even believe it. I had to hang up on that guy. He just said he used weed that wasn't decarboxylated to cook. I can't do you today.
In my mind, they saying, make them remember your name. If they love you, it's cool. Give them a reason to hate
You can ask yourself an insane question. What if I'm not on any side and I just want the truth?
His gift is a curse. Forget the earth, he's got the urge to pull his dick from the dirt and fuck the whole universe. I'm not afraid.
Maybe we can have a debate over what successful is, but I can tell you one thing. I know I was meant to do this, and no one's going to argue that.
He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Successful.
If you're looking for a cut, trim, color, or just an updo, check out Jamie at Rebel Hair Art. That's Rebel Hair Art on Instagram. You can book with her at 719-262-9011. That's at Studio One Salon, 262-9011.
It's time for Blunt Football Talk.
In trouble, gets away. Mahomes racing with the bad ankle and all inside the
My
20.
concern is that Kyler doesn't come back until late in the year, and so
Parsons on the move, and Micah Parsons is in.
hey, tell me you didn't grow up in the projects without telling me.
I grew up with adjacent.
Third and long, it's Von Miller putting his stamp on this one.
Things. Good for you. I hope it fucks your life up. I hope you fail. I hope you fall flat on your face. I'm like, these are my friends. This is us.
A good ball comes out of his hand toward the end zone. Picks up.
Definitely have the Baltimore Ravens.
Nobody feels bad for Deshaun Watson coming back and having terrible performance.
J.K. Dobbins' hand. The middle. Oh, what a catch by Kittle.
Yeah, so that's. I think the Chiefs are going to totally
And
dominate.
the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
This is Pro Football Talk. That's Pro Football done.
I'm professional. That's fun.
Look, everybody loves creativity, good food, and hard work. That's why it's so easy to love Sam's Creations. Sam's Creation is award-winning cannabis food creations. Find Sam's Creations on Facebook and Instagram with Sam's with a Z, Creations with a Z. Or place your order today at 719-283-1701.
Hey guys, it's Chuck.
And Dillinger.
We're from Control Alt Throw Against Wall.
And we have many exciting topics coming up for you in the coming weeks. We got Muppets.
We got more MCU.
We definitely got to talk about that Quantumania.
Don't forget about Muppets.
We're gonna do a big Muppet show. But we got lots more other. If pop culture keeps creating things, we're gonna talk about it and getting high in the process.
And definitely getting high.
We should probably really learn about more stuff. But
Play
either
with
way,
our Muppets.
Yeah, find us, subscribe to us, check out our show wherever you can get podcasts, and we're thankful you all are here. Yeah.
Yep. Peace.
All right. Bye.
How do you train the
Just trying to breathe.
Yeah, I was just trying to. Remember those days so many years ago? You weren't there when I started. Be like, it's Trey with the weather. The highs are going to be 75. So, it's time for our next step. And it really sounds like some people are having a fucking party. Man. It really sounds like some kids are having a party. Man. I mean, that's what I'm seeing right now, right? So, what are we talking? We're talking teen vape pot usage on the rocks. One of our hosts says that looking the other way on some stuff may keep the road to graduation actually more clear than you think. And a lot more clear than the kid's room right now with that bong. Scotty, why'd you say that? I mean, let's start the interview that way. Oh, you did? Oh, I did? Oh, never mind. Okay. I said that. I know. Okay. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on kids vaping and smoking pot and parents trying to sort of wrestle that in and prevent that from happening, as opposed to, like, my thoughts on it is cut your losses, be thankful they're going to graduate, and let it go.
Well, for me personally, I think open communication and explaining what risks are associated with, smoking or vaping at a young age, and going over those types of things with your child or niece or nephew, or maybe it's just a neighborhood kid that happens to look up to you.
Right.
You should probably not take a dab right before you do it. But do as you're told, not. Okay.
Some fucking shit.
Some shit.
Seriously, that's where you're at now.
But yeah, you want to go over the risk. What sort of mental issues that can come up. Because there is a higher risk. There is links to for younger folk having depression linked with the use of marijuana. Now, these are studies that are very young and obviously done by the government, but just kind of looking at what you have, and you got to go over that. You got to weigh out the pros and cons. Now, when you're talking about a kid that's doing what you're supposed to do, they understand the risks. They understand, just little things, because you hear about ODs, and not of the weed, but stuff being laced.
You call it the weed, not weed.
The weed. Look, and once again, this is why we take dabs right before we have these serious conversations.
No, I think as parents, it's the ultimate goal is get them, out of high school. The ones that want to go to college, get them to college. The ones that want to be a pain in the ass, send them to the military. No, I'm just playing. No, but I think that you have to honestly have to pick and choose your battles. But at the same time, like, some of us are like me and would smoke a fucking bowl and then go do their homework for 4 hours.
Right.
And eat all the munchies in the fridge. Too,
well,
though.
and that's
there's
and
that.
that's
I mean,
part
there's that.
that's part of the conversation you got to
My crimes
have.
against the fridge are still unsolved, and no one has actually proven a thing. Grand jury's still looking to indict me on theft of means from the refrigerator from high school.
You're guilty.
You're guilty. Damn, bro. Some fucking impartial juror you are.
No, I just
you're guilty
evidence,
too.
Looking at the. Oh yeah, look at me.
That's not even what I meant. You stupid idiot. Oh yeah, moron. All right. So, but no, I think that
and that's another thing you got to talk about.
You
got to talk about the athletic performances. things that
You can't be doing that if you want to do this. You can't be doing that if you want to do that.
right. And
You
I
got to
mean,
pick a lane at that age.
let's be honest. Anytime that you are inhaling anything but oxygen into your lung, you are damaging your
Even
lungs.
then, depending on what city you live in.
So education. Once again, I go back to education, communication.
I just
Keeping
think I'm like, look, man, I got 5 kids, right? So I'm like, gotta get all these kids through high school. Only like 2 of them really act like college material. Whether they go to college or not, there's just 2 that really do act like college material, and then the other 3 don't. And so I think we're at a new age where the paper ceiling is going away, and people like me or you that I decided to leave college instead of grabbing the paper degree and go, into the businesses I wanted to go into and start making money. And I shouldn't be penalized for that, because in that process, I did get some of that education, and also on top of that, went and into the fields and learned it for the last 20 years or whatever. And so I think that people who maybe, like, I got friends that were labeled quote unquote burnouts because they weren't fit for high school, right? Some people just don't learn that way. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that just like me, like I said, I could literally smoke a bowl, go do my homework for 4 hours, and then I'd go out and play basketball for 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like, that was a Saturday morning, dude. Like, and I was good with it, no problem. Or even better, I'd go get George. We'd go back on girls. You know how it was. Junior high, high school time. Go back on girls for like a couple hours in the morning when they was first, up, looking all busted from the night before, looking all busted. We'd go to their window and try to talk to her. You remember? And then I hit that court. And in between, guess what I was doing? Hitting that weed, son. Now listen though, but I'll tell you, I've met people that are just lazy as fuck. But I have a theory behind that, Scotty. Like, parents are like, I don't want my kid to be lazy. I don't want my kid to be addicted to nicotine. I don't want my kid to be addicted to pot. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, look, those are all actual real concerns if you want to know the truth, because they're kids still. I told my kids, if I find out you're toking the old toka bowl before you are of legal age or medically allowed to, we're gonna have a problem. So they're smart and they hid it from me like a good teenager. Bam. That's what I'm saying. Get your weed from your uncle or something. Don't bother me. And then I think that once they were seniors in high school, I kind of knew the jig. I knew what was up already by then. And so then it was like, I have a choice to either jump in this and, create ruckus over this, right? Or as a parent, I can pretend like I don't know and look the other way and play dumb. And in return, get the end result I want without the friction. So raising kids is a lot like playing chess. You're over here like, I'm gonna move this one and this one. And hopefully they don't yell at me.
I think of the movie Half Baked, where the father's in one room getting stoned, and he's like, this dad over here trying to figure out how to bond with his son and get some one-on-one time with them. And he's sitting there toking up a bowl, and then it pans to the room next to him, and his son in the room trying to figure out why his dad is so annoying, and he's sitting there toking out of a bong. It does give you a chance as a parent to
Sometimes to
open
get
up
on their level.
some sort of communication that maybe you couldn't have before.
And look, I'm not even saying that it's right or wrong. What I'm saying is when I kind of low key found out my kids are smoking pot, I looked the other way. And they're all graduated, but one who's still in high school, and I know a sneaky little ass smokes pot, and I don't bust him, and I look the other way. He also holds down a job and goes to school, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to say anything
Well,
when you're
because
taking
when I
care
held
of
down a job and went to school and smoked a little weed, all I wanted was no one to fucking fuck with me, man. When I was in high school, like,
Right.
seriously, like, just don't fucking fuck with me. I smoke weed, I play football, I go to school, I work a job, leave me the fuck alone. So I leave him the fuck alone, and because that's how I felt when I was his age. I was 17. I was like, I just want to fucking do my time and get the fuck out of here, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Shout out to everybody checking in all over on the Instagram, Facebook, this, that, and the other. You're listening to Wake and Bake America Radio. It is Two Birds and One Stoner with Scotty Pimpin, Mr. Trey, and we're talking about, when you have a kid that's vaping nicotine or vaping weed or smoking pot, right? And we're saying, and I'm listen, to each his own. Raise your kids your own way. Like I'm not here to tell anyone how to raise their kids. I think we spent, you know, a long time. I've spent about 10 years in radio telling people how to raise their kids. I'm over it already. But what I am saying is that they're this beat your kids into submission, ground them into submission, torture them into submission. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was a fucking prick when that was tried with me.
Yeah, I think there's so many different ways to parent, and
You
that
have to know your
way,
kid too, because each one's a little different. I didn't do all of them the same. Each one was a little different.
right, and that way might work with some and might make somebody rebellious, with others, or whatever. Like you said, it might work for some, it might not work for others,
I had
and
one get kicked out of school for eating an edible in junior high.
that's wild.
That's wild. Yeah. But at least, when we were kids, she would have went to jail for eating an animal in junior high. And I told her, I said, why did you admit to anything? They had no goddamn evidence. She's like, that's going to make me pissed, Dad. I was like, they can't take your urine without my permission or warrant. Wink, wink. But, and that was the day she learned that you call dad and you keep your mouth shut. More importantly, because I don't want you to get in trouble. It had nothing to do with, I'm like, listen, she's going to get in deep shit for this at home. I don't need her to have no future because of it, because the system's fucking rigged against kids and everyone else. And,
System's just rigged to rake the money in. They don't give a fuck who you are.
it really is.
Look, and you say the the reason us as poor people feel like it's rigged against us is because we're not rich. Like, it's the same thing for the rich people. They just have the bread.
It is.
They have the bread. Like, long time ago when I finally had that bail money, I'm like, dang, you live life differently when you have that bail money. You know what I mean? It
Hey, bro, when I had a few, let's say like 2 felonies worth of bail money in the bank, I was like, fucking try me. Fucking try me.
You know what I mean? So and it's just, yeah, that's way off topic, but
You're so stupid.
it's not. But it's not like you can't beat the system. You're not beating the system.
No, you're paying the
You're
fuckers.
paying the
You're
system
letting
off.
them fucking rip you off, take your money so that you can get out lighter, scot free, whatever. But anyway, still off topic, but figured I'd say the honest truth there.
Tell them how it is.
But I was young once and dumb and had a few racks in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Racks on racks on racks in the bank. And I was like, I can get out of jail if I do something stupid. The question is, and this is where it gets fun. We got to teach your kids, and this is why you got to learn where to pick and choose your battles. Because truth be told, is you gotta talk to your kids and be honest with your kids, because the truth is there are some consequences that aren't worth the consequence, and your parents might have just enough money to get you out of that consequence, but you got to keep your mouth shut until they get there and take care of you, right? Like, that's just how it works. So I've always taught my kids, when they were kids at least, like, you don't talk to nobody. Just call me. We'll work on getting you a lawyer, but don't speak to the police, because everything you say can and will. I was kind of hoping to finish the rest.
Be used against you
in a court of law. And them motherfuckers will too. There's a lot of really high profile, rich folks and politicians, all kinds of fucking folks finding out the hard way that everything you say can and will be used against you. Anyway, so I think, when it comes to parenting, I am by far not the foremost expert on what excellent or great parenting is. I know what it is to be a free parent, And what I mean by that is to let your kids have some freedoms and, make their own path. Like I could have like rode my kids into college and they could be one of these kids fucking overdosing or jumping off of the top of their college building because they didn't really want to be there, but they didn't want to let their parents down. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like you know what I
And
mean?
now they have the pressure of
Oh,
actually being there.
and validating their parents, shoving them into a a building full of other kids that are trying to validate themselves for either society themselves or their parents. So, and there's nothing wrong with college. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-college. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I went to college twice. I would be the epitome of anything but anti-college, actually. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
I actually like school though. I like to learn. It's fun. Honest answer. I enjoy being
I
in
hated it.
class in the classroom. I know you did, you motherfucker.
I hated
He's
it.
like the
I went to figure
he's
out
like
where the
I
party
didn't
was.
show up when I was supposed to be there.
And then college, I was it was the same, but I did online. I couldn't do the whole class thing. It wasn't going to work.
In class is hard because you got to have a lot of gas money. You got to drive to campus, back, all that horse shit. I used to schedule all my classes in college on the same day. Fun fact, like I'd have classes all day on like 1 or 2 days, and that way I had the other 5 days to work and aside from working, save fucking gas. So I DJ 5 nights, go to school 2 nights. Bro, life was real. It's fucking fun though. Party a little hard, a little too hard. Some say. I would say I'd be one of the some that say that for sure. I was there. I saw me.
So, and I've always looked back on subject with the. I've always
By
and
the
I
way, this
just
is
and
Two
I
Birds and One Stone with Scotty and Mr. Trey.
hey,
Hey.
uh, and back on our cannabis affecting our using at a younger age, I would say 18 to 25, and
I try to make sure that honestly, I try to make sure they didn't use it before 15, just period, like keeping them away from any type of environment around that. And I think I was moderately successful from what they've snitched on themselves about. You get my
right,
drift, wink, wink.
right.
I failed. I fucking failed, Scott.
But I mean, you see, the
One of
thing
them
is,
got me at 12, and I didn't even know about it when they were 12.
well, and that's too young to even
Well, when
really
it's the
go
youngest
into it.
of the five, the access gets
Like how?
greater as
Well,
his older
exactly. Yeah.
siblings get. Yeah, so
Right.
we're not going to get into all that, but let's just say.
Right.
And actually, I believe it was his cousin who was like a year younger than him
Jesus.
who actually got the weed. I forget the story. He told
That's
me it
wild.
once, and I was just like, really? I was like, I would have never guessed that. I was like, but I can't really talk shit because I smoked weed the first time when I was 12, but I grew up in a hood. I'm like, you're like a lower middle class kid. Like you're not a poor kid at all.
Right.
Damn it.
What's wrong with you? Only poor people smoke weed.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh.
But I see what you did there. You fucking dick. But I just
But
think
a
that
lot of what
parenting's hard.
a
That's the
lot
bottom
a
line.
lot of
It's
what
hard.
I go back to, and like this is what I've explained to all of my kids, is use before the age of 25, because your brain is developing all the way until the age of 25. So the use of marijuana, if it affects the brain, as some of these studies show, uh, would effectively end at or around the age of 25. So if you can hold off, if you don't need to medically use it until the age of 25, that's ideal. That's ideal. Now, if you need it for medical reasons, that's totally different. Some people use it like Trey did, I'm sure, when he was younger, and he didn't even realize it, but he was using it to help with his ADD and being able to focus on his actual schoolwork, focus on his actual study of tape for football, and
Oh no, man! I was probably never high watching football film. That's
but
just something I can't.
but
I can watch that
and
high
maybe
as
you
an
weren't
adult,
high
bro.
on it, but being able
I
to
can't watch.
smoke
When
and
I was a kid,
relax
I was still learning. I didn't. I'd be like glued, trying not to screw up. Yeah.
right, it is totally different.
But
But
I'd be in that
and
but I'd
and
be in
that's
that kitchen
part
over
and
the
that's
summer
part
cooking, hired a
of
motherfucker though for
and that's part of
real.
your
All
brain
summer long,
still
just fucking cooking
developing,
like whatever. I don't give a
right?
fuck. I can do this high.
And that's a little bit different too. That's definitely different.
Cooking?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can throw down.
man.
You get a little
You get
stone,
yeah, you
throwing
get
that
high,
music, getting that
yeah,
rhythm.
man.
Oh, we were terrible role models. We're terrible role models. Oh, that's
I'm
great.
about to go cook me something right now.
You know what? I think that's a good idea. I'm hungry too. We can exit music or anything. Live your dream as the exit music. I like it.
Okay.
I will. Next. Jazz. Kind of build up. Do that low tone in the back, the low beat, the down beat, build up like. Sorry.
By the way, a lot of the information that I get is from Canada Health Organization and their studies done. They've been a little bit more open for these studies. So.
Honestly, it's tough to. You know what? Another subject, another day.
Yeah.
Another 2 birds in 1 stone.
Okay.
Another Scotty and Trey wrapping out the way. All right, I'm done. Let's go.
Look, everybody loves creativity, good food, hard work. That's why it's so easy to love Sam's Creations. Sam's Creation is award-winning cannabis food creations. Find Sam's Creations on Facebook and Instagram with Sam's with a Z, Creations with a Z. Or place your order today at 719-283-1701.
If you're looking for a cut, trim, color, or just an updo, check out Jamie at Rebel Hair Art. That's Rebel Hair Art on Instagram. You can book with her at 719-262-9011. That's at Studio One Salon, 262-9011.
Look, everybody loves creativity, good food, and hard work. That's why